So I watched this video called South Korea is Over. And as a South Korean woman who doesn't have a children, therefore contributing to collapse of South Korea, I want to say something about this. First of all, you really need to make it stop sounds like South Korea is over because of the low birth rate. I'm not saying it's not true, but do you know how dumb politicians use this narrative to their own advantage and creating misogyny policies? So it goes like this. Oh my god, we're doomed because no one is making any babies. Whose fault is that? Of course it's selfish young generation who doesn't want to have a baby anymore, who doesn't want to do any hard work. Especially young women. Yeah, that's a real problem. So we shame women, we blame women. For example, they're already talking about the policies that's putting higher taxes to women who doesn't have children. They're talking about women with high education normally has lower birth rate, so they want to discourage women to go into the higher education nowadays. People are talking about making pregnancy mandatory for women, same as making military service mandatory for men. So they say, yeah, it's extreme, but nowadays we need extreme measures to deal with extreme situations, right? This low birth rate leads to collapse of South Korea justifies any measures, any extreme measures. Actually, in that sense, it makes me so angry when you talk about how this low birth rate will make South Korea military ineffective because there's no young men to join the army anymore. And I'm like, why are we talking about not having the war anymore? Why are we talking about sending young men to military to serve instead of getting rid of the war? What kind of system is sustainable with war going on for 70 years? 70 years! And we're still talking about how do we afford military. The thing is, South Korea is over not because of the low birth rate. It's just a symptom. South Korea is over because our system is not sustainable. We have this exploitative capitalism that exploits people to the core. And our economy system is based on millionaires and billionaires, oligarchs, who's called Jeba in South Korea. Our social system is based on patriarchy and colonial values, which oppress people. So what I'm saying is it's really, really important to set the problem statement right to get the direction right. If you say South Korea is over because of the low birth rate, then the direction will be, oh, how do we increase the birth rate? But if you say South Korea is over because our system is unsustainable, then the direction will be focused on how to find the system that is sustainable, Move towards to more sustainable economy, more sustainable social system, and education system where people can just live their life fully and coexist with the nature. Right now, South Koreans impeached another president and going through the turbulence. Especially in this circumstance, discourse like low birth rate is a problem is not helpful. It's likely only to feed up people's fear and lead them to politicians like Trump, who proposed a solution like literally buying women from global south for Korean men to increase the birth rate. It's not a joke. Yeah, so please be aware of the consequences of what you're saying and clarify why South Korea is over. It's over because system is unsustainable. We need to change the system and we have to do this together.